Welcome back to our Mishnah Berurah learning. We're in Siman Shabbat. We are discussing the clothing that we wear on Shabbat and how we have special big day Shabbat. I had mentioned last time that there's a piece here about holding children. So let me go a little deeper into that. Says Mishnah Berurah that this is quoted by it's originally said by Sefer Hasidim. Al yikach adam yeled b'Shabbat ad sheyasim tchila kar b'cheko kedei shelo yitanef begadav. So a person should make sure before holding a child to first have something to cover their beautiful clothing up first, so that they shouldn't end up dirtying their clothing. And so we can imagine this, certainly from a diaper, or if you're using cloth diapers, or if a child is eating. It's normal for there to be spills and stains and messes, but there's a different competing value that's also existing in this text as well, and that comes up also later in Mishnah Berurah b'Zohar mekubalim hiziru me'od shelo yeh shum machloket b'Shabbat chas v'shalom. We also want to make sure this was a practice in the Zohar. A mystical practice that there were those who were really cautious and praiseworthy because of it, that they shouldn't have any disagreements on Shabbat. Bifrat ben ish leishto, and this is certainly between, for example, a husband and a wife, or between parents, and so I think there's something that could be off-putting in hearing, we shouldn't hold a child, God forbid our clothing get dirty. That's not what the halacha is really getting at here. It's really saying that we should be mindful of taking care of our children and taking care of our clothing, and that spills and stains and messes are going to come up. So I am very grateful to have written a book, the Shabbat Guidebook for Parents. It is available, and I'm happy to share for the resources, but I know that you guys know that I wrote this. There is a whole section on spill, stains, and messes. And so for clothing, you can use a dry cloth to wipe off food or solids, lightly blotting liquid off, but really we don't want to have, slita, really significant blotting happening, any sort of squeezing. But the most important thing is not laundering and not taking stains out. So as tempting as it is to use seltzer or to do something to take the stains out in the moment, that's actually something that we leave for after Shabbat. So clothing that does get stained, because in life this happens, should be set aside. So I'll give you an example. My daughter was walking in the snow and rain, and she got a bunch of mud on her boots, and she said, "Okay, after Shabbos, can we clean my shoes? I know we can't do it right now." So whatever you might be dealing with, whether it's a toddler, an infant, or a kid that's older, just sort of understanding that we don't clean and launder and remove stains on Shabbos is a different value here. But again, going back to what I had said at the beginning, all of this is about honoring Shabbat. And honoring Shabbat means having our families get along and be together. It means giving the right attention at the right time to the right thing. And when I say right, I mean we want to be present to our child if we need to hold our child. We don't want to be worrying about our clothes. That totally takes away from what the value would be in having the simcha of Shabbat. So next time we're going to talk a little bit more about the simcha, really connected to welcoming Shabbat even in our davening. But I want to end just by emphasizing that this clothing, this idea of having clean clothes, is really, again, an internalizing of something, of a value that is spiritual, taking it from the physical into the spiritual. So what would it look like for you to have no machloket, no disagreement in your family, in yourself, in your friendships, in your interactions over Shabbat, and rather to be present to whoever, whatever is needing you in the moment?